Good morning. This morning on Grab the Horns, one of the stocks that we're going to look at is Netflix. Ticker symbol on that is NFLX. Now, Netflix obviously has had a historic run here over the past year. It's doubled in value. Actually, one of the bullet points that we're going to be going over is how it's at its 52-week high right now at $276. So pretty unbelievable stuff. Netflix has a lot of good things that are going on with it right now that we really want to focus on. What we're also going to do is take a look at a chart and just kind of see, what we have seen over the last year as well as what we see coming in the future. So let's go ahead and pull up a chart of Netflix.
So as we take a look here at this chart of Netflix, a couple of things that we want to look at first. Number one here, this chart is basically it's a year-long chart, and as we can see, the price of Netflix was around $110, $112 a share, and as you can see, it's more than doubled up to its high of $276 a share right here. This is its newest high as of last week. So what we want to look at here, the main thing is, actually two main things. As you can see, looking at the momentum play here, so this is the relative momentum index. Some people can also look at it and look at the RSI, but basically anytime you're over a 70, what that is showing is that it's in that overbought territory, and typically when you're under the 30, it's in that oversold territory. So we can see Netflix is definitely above the 70 here at about a 92 as far as its momentum play. So there's a lot of people that are getting into this. Also, if we look at the volume here, it's been trading around 5 million a day roughly as far as the shares that it's been trading. The other thing that we want to look at besides just the momentum play right here is also, if we come up here, what I've done is I've put a study of Bollinger Bands on here with a simple moving average. So basically what this is that this is going off of the simple moving average, 2 standard deviations above and below this simple moving average here, which is this blue line. So the red is obviously above that, and the purple is obviously below that. What we're seeing is a widening of the Bollinger Bands here, and the price of Netflix is following right along with this upper mark here, with this upper edge of basically the Bollinger Band. So as it's riding up here, you see it's hitting a 52-week high, and the momentum was up there as well. So those are all things that we want to keep in mind, especially when we're looking at, is this time to take some profits off of the table, or is Netflix still a good longer-term stock?
A couple of things with Netflix that we really want to take a look at besides just the technicals. Technicals can tell you a lot about when to get in and when to get out of a stock. As we can see here from looking at the chart, the Bollinger Band's expanding as well as being at a 52-week high and it being overbought. That's one thing that you want to keep in mind as to, is it at a point now where the market is heated up so much where maybe you want to take some of those profits off the table. The technicals are telling the same story as what the fundamentals are, which is basically positive news. As we look at some of the fundamentals here, one of the key things that we want to look at is, what is Netflix doing to increase its business? So one of the things that we see is it's expanding its online film rental in Europe. The UK and France are supposed to be up and running by 2012, 2013, which means that not only are they expanding their business here in the United States, they're taking this business structure that's had an awful lot of success and they're bringing it overseas to the European markets. The other thing is they're starting operations in Latin America later this year and then in Spain in 2012. So what we can see here is that with Netflix, what they're really trying to do is get that foreign presence. They've got a very, very good and strong market here in the United States, and they want to continue to expand that overseas as well. So, as we look at this stock, both the technicals and the fundamentals say that this stock is very strong, and it has been. A couple of things, obviously, to keep in mind is that, obviously it's at that almost overbought phase there since it's above the 70 line that we looked at earlier. So that's something you want to keep in mind as to, do I want to take some profits off the table at this point? Just another interesting piece of news before we go ahead and head on this stock is sharing a Netflix password in the state of Tennessee is actually illegal. So just a little bit of information there for you just to brighten up the day. So I hope you take this information, you're able to do something with it, make some good trades with it, and as always on Grab the Horns, get out there and grab the horns.